The Richer Villa Podcast. The Richer Villa Podcast.
That's right, we're live.
Hello and welcome to the Richard Villa podcast. Babe, do you want to do this in English or in Spanish?
Whatever you want. I might get stuck a little bit in Spanish because.
Okay.
Whatever. Let's see how. Let's go with the flow.
Yeah, let's go with the flow. I'll keep these on so I can hear what's going on. Make sure we don't drop the audio. Because I'm an idiot when it comes to podcasting. This is the first time I'm doing it by myself without Gabriel.
Great.
But we're here at my house. All right, guys. So now we're up and running. So welcome to the Richard Villa podcast. So every time you think I'm just messing around or just playing fucking games with my friends, this is what we're doing. We're recording this shit.
Fun times.
Do you really think I just fuck around all day?
Do they know who I am? Have you?
I haven't introduced you. Sorry, because I'm already talking to you. Sorry,
First timer.
Yes, first timer. I want to introduce my wife. My wife of how many years?
Hello,
Rocio.
Really? How many years? I think.
8
years.
8 years it is.
Yeah, we got married in 2011.
That's right, 2011. We got married 2011. So yeah, 8 years.
And things like this happen where you don't tell me we're gonna have a podcast, and then I come out of the shower and you're like, "Hey,
guess
let's do a
what?
podcast."
Do a
so
podcast.
this is why I look the way I look.
This is what wives of comedians go through.
Yeah, right before bed, let's do a podcast. Okay.
It's Monday.
On a Monday.
I don't have work today, and I want to do something. So it's a podcast. So what did you think when you first met me? Did you think, wow, a comedian, my life's gonna change?
No. I saw you and I thought you were cute. I had like a crush. But
I didn't fart, by the way. It's the chair. I mean,
yeah.
the noise.
He does fart a lot, but this time it was.
They don't need to know any of this shit. So.
But when I first saw you, I was there with a couple of friends, and I just went to see what was up. I went to go see a stand-up show. It was my first stand-up show ever, and I saw this gordito on stage, and I was like,
Gordito.
You see what I like gorditos now. No, I thought you were very charismatic, and it was my first time at a show, so it was all kind of like new.
Did it matter if I was chubby?
No, I had like an instant crush on you. It was weird.
Really? I don't get that.
I never
shit.
told you this.
No.
Yes, I have.
You have? Maybe I was drunk.
Probably, or high, or something, or both.
Both.
Yeah.
Okay.
I still remember you wearing like a green checkered shirt.
Oh,
weird.
wow.
I mean, like a cholo, but it worked.
It worked? I made it work? Okay. So you did. Now, did you ever think we were going to get married?
No. Well, when I met you, there was a totally different story. We were a lot younger and a lot different times.
A lot merrier.
One of us was married. This guy over here.
Yeah.
So I always thought, okay, I'll go to the show, I'll have a good time with my friends, and maybe you'll meet somebody at a show or just go hang out.
So you were there fishing for other dudes at my show?
Not really. I was there just for the show. I
Okay.
really just went for the show.
Okay.
And then mind you, like right after that, my mom got sick. So it was kind of like a distraction. It was kind of like, well, but it was nice to see you. And then like I got free t-shirts out of it.
Yeah,
so.
That's true. I did hook you
It
up
was
with
cool.
that.
It was cool. Free drinks.
So now that you are married to me, is it everything you thought it was going to be?
I don't think I ever thought about how it was going to be. I thought it was just like...
Did you think this shit was regular, normal shit that every dude does? Like,
I honestly didn't think about this part, like the podcasting, he's going to get home at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. He's going to travel every weekend. I knew you were going to travel, and I was like, okay, I can handle it. Because you traveled a lot while we were dating, but I didn't think of everything. I didn't think of this part. I didn't think of like, oh yeah, you're going to get pulled into this weird life of...
Is it that weird, or is it that you don't know any other life?
Normal. For me, it's normal.
Uh-huh.
But I know that it's not normal for when I talk to other people, and they're just kind of looking at me with like,
what the hell are you talking
what?
about? What?
You guys really do that? And it's weird when people say that. Like I don't realize that it's something not normal until they look at me or they question stuff like that, where they say.
Do you know any examples? Like what? Like what would be something that your friends go,
like when we went to
what
Puerto Vallarta and we got to hang out there for free
on our private resort,
on a private beach, which doesn't happen as much as I want, which has only happened like once, but like stuff like that, or like we get to go to like Pechanga and just stay there for the week and enjoy just being there.
Go to the Microsoft Theater and hang out with Jaime Camille.
Oh yeah.
And look at this.
Rogelio. Hi, Jaime.
Hi, okay, that's enough. That's enough. Jaime's probably going to watch this. He's going to go, what the hell?
But like stuff like that, taking the baby. Like I never pictured, oh, I'm gonna be rich or I'm gonna have like, which we're not. I'm not saying that we're. I'm just saying like I never pictured a different. I just pictured normal. Like he'll be traveling like most husbands travel that have businesses, regular businesses. I thought you were just gonna travel. I was gonna have to get used to it, which I did, and I sometimes wish you would go travel more.
You hear that? I need more work, guys. I need more work.
Well, yeah, that's important. But no, like I really didn't think of the whole other picture behind it, like having a kid and having to explain to her, Daddy's gonna go away for a little bit this weekend, and having to explain how many days by telling her 2 sleeps or 3 sleeps or 4 sleeps, or you get to sleep with me tonight because Daddy's not gonna be home. You know, kind of stuff like that. Like, I never thought about that stuff. I just thought, we'll just figure it out as we go.
What's the hardest part?
Oli.
Oli's the hardest part?
Yeah, not taking care of her. Like, when she starts to miss you and she starts to ask about you.
That I worry. I worry because now I think she's more conscious of what's going on and goes, hey, he's not here. Like, there's another birthday party. He's not here. He's not. Well, her birthdays I'm not going to miss, but.
Yeah, but too also she gets a lot of good stuff out of it because you work at night and you work on the weekends, so she gets to have you in the mornings.
Yeah, that's true. I get to take her to school every single day.
Do her hair.
Do her hair.
You're the one that does her hair. Yeah. I don't do her hair.
That's right, ladies. Let me tell you, a man can do it.
One ponytail.
Hey,
every day.
Hey, to get that ponytail going, it takes a lot.
Oli tells me every day. He only does ponytails.
I haven't mastered the other ones
and sometimes
yet.
when I have time and she's up for it, I do her hair. But for the most part, that's you.
He only does ponytails. The fact that I do ponytails, you're lucky you're not going to school.
I don't do much more, which is sad because I'm a woman, but I'm not good with hair either. But that's the thing. She'll get to look back and say, my daddy used to get me ready. My mom used to leave everything out, and my dad used to just get me ready for school and take me to school.
Yeah, which is a piece of cake now, by the way. It's really easy. Just Oli, get ready, and she just gets ready.
All you do is her hair.
That's it. She brushes her teeth, and then I go in there and help her.
By the time I leave, she's already ate.
Yes, I'm ready. I get all the fun part. Like, okay,
you get the fun part. I get to clean up all the good stuff. But it's nice. I think that she's gonna see that you were still there, regardless of all the traveling and all that.
Yeah, right.
So, but yeah, the weekends sometimes are hard because she's asking.
But I realized that in my life right away. I mean, not right away. I think at this age now, I realize that I don't want to spend a fortune winning her love later. Like, I'd rather win it now when it's free. Yeah. Call me stingy, call me whatever, but
it's not really stingy. It's just love.
Love, yeah. Because I think of Oli like a bank account. Do you understand? Yeah. Like, I'm putting in every moment I spend with her, I'm putting money in the bank. And at the end of the day, I will fuck up. Because I'm human and I will make mistakes, but she will realize there's so many much more happy memories than this very shitty one he just did. Yeah. So whatever that shitty thing I did, she'll remember those good moments.
It'll override the bad.
It'll override
and
the bad.
And I think there's a good balance right now where she's at. She's almost 5 and we haven't killed her,
Yeah, we've survived.
We haven't dropped her.
People would ask us, why don't you guys have more kids? I said, no, you got to get one and get it out of the way. How are you going to trust people with kids when you don't know if they're going to fuck up the first one? You know what I mean? Like, maybe later on.
But let's be honest, though. Like, I would like to have another one.
One more?
But I really, really enjoy just having one.
Right?
And I have to say it. I hate when people ask, when are you going to have the next one? It's like...
I don't give a shit.
No, because you're not in my shoes.
Oh, no, but guys will ask me.
First of all, like, how do you know how my body works?
Yeah, that's true. What if I don't work anymore?
What if I can't?
What if she can't? Isn't that rude of you to ask?
But maybe we can't.
Maybe we can't. You know what I mean?
A lot of people go through that, but it's good. I like having one, and I like giving all my attention to her.
Yeah.
Especially when you're not here.
Yeah, I guess you have a buddy to hang out with.
We have girl dates.
Does it ever get to you though?
Yes.
Does it ever get to you?
A lot of times.
A lot of times.
Yeah,
how do you deal with it? Because I have her during the week and I have your help, but then on the weekends I'm gone. Like,
yeah, it's like
I don't know how you do it.
It's not a job. I mean, I'm her mom. It's weird because I mean, we all get tired of our kids, I think. But sometimes when you're the only person and you don't have a mom to take her to, or like an aunt to lives down the street that I can go drop her off to cool off a little bit, I don't have that.
Mm-hmm.
We don't get to do that. So she gets to go to her room for a little bit until she gives me a break. Give me a break.
Relax.
Go to your room before I go all crazy on you right now.
I get it.
And I'm gonna call Daddy.
Why are you gonna call me? I'm busy. I'm working. Remember?
Yeah, we still get to call Daddy.
We still get to call that. Now that I do enjoy. I do enjoy the fact that the things that I enjoyed the most, I think, for me have been being able to take Oli out at the Ricardo Montalban.
Yeah.
And have her record the show.
She was a little baby.
Have her see me at the Microsoft Theater. And for her to go, wow, that's my daddy on the big TV.
Mm-hmm. And she came out with you on Univision.
Univision, yeah. She
on
came
the
out of my
interview.
interview. I should look for that interview. I want that. I want to post it up.
Yeah, it's a great interview.
Yeah. I'm with Oli. Yeah, it's weird, but I've talked to a lot of these comedians now that have now been in the business, I think 18 years, going on 19 years. No, 18 years on November. In November will be 18 years. And you look back and you go, wow, dude, like you feel like you haven't moved an inch. But then if you look back, you look at your entire body of work and you go, wow, I've done so much shit.
You've done a lot.
Stuff that I'm very
and
proud
you've changed.
of. Yeah. Have you noticed I changed?
Yeah, your comedy has changed a lot too. It's gotten more, I think, more raw, more real. Like, it's more personal. A lot more personal, I think.
I do enjoy it a lot more. I do enjoy my comedy a lot more because I think I do feel it on stage. Like I feel enjoying myself doing it. Like I told you at the rec room in Hermoso Beach. They wanted to see me. They said, come in and showcase. We want to see you. We want to book you for the shows. I went, I was like, wow, I had such a great time. And it was just, I literally said, do you want to hear jokes or do you want to hear my story?
Yeah.
And they said, your story. I said, okay, here we go.
Yeah, I noticed that when you tell your story, you're more inner, like you're more into it because you feel it.
Of course, yes.
You feel like your surrounding, and you're like going through the motion.
Yes, and it's weird. Let me tell you something. I never thought I was good.
Really?
I don't know. There's always doubt as a comedian. You're always doubting yourself, and I always downplayed myself till this point now.
Yeah.
Like it's weird for me. I feel like I have something to say now. Like now I can open up. Now I feel
More
like
confident?
fuck judgment. You understand?
Yeah.
Like after what I've just been through, there's nothing you can take from me that somebody else hasn't already taken it, and I still survived. The fact that I survived on the other side makes me feel like, wow, dude, like it doesn't matter. You can just keep doing what you're doing. And
Yeah, you used to care, I remember.
I used to care so much. And now
much.
I'm like, no, I don't care. I can care less. I'm like,
Maybe it's the weed.
maybe it's a weed. I'm telling you. I started,
be. I'm
how old
serious.
was I when I first started smoking?
Well, how many years has it been? It was before Oli, right before Oli.
Right before Oli, we were leaving the Whittier house and we were going to the new apartments before we bought this house.
So we bought this house in what, 2015? About 2013 maybe?
2013. Yeah, about 2013.
2013?
2013. So that was what, 6 years ago?
No longer, because we moved here
2014.
2014.
This is
'cause
really
Oli
boring
was-
for the
I know,
podcasters, by the way.
I know. She wanted her to know
Nobody
how
gives a
long you've
shit.
been smoking. So.
But I think at 36, 35, I think I
Yeah.
started smoking at 35 years old. And literally, like, it was because I was drinking
That was a
myself to death.
change.
Like, I peed on her. I peed on my wife. And
On a
that's when
weekday.
on a weekday, on a Wednesday.
I had to go to work.
On a Wednesday. Wow.
I was so mad.
Yes. Do you remember that?
I remember that, like,
Yes.
vividly.
It was a bad day.
Like, vividly. Lights went on and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. So, do you want to tell the story? Because I know they want to know how I peed on you.
I just remember you coming in, and I thought, well, it's normal days coming from work.
On a Wednesday, around 2 in the morning.
On a Wednesday, I'm getting, like, I gotta wake
Drunk
up
people,
5:30 in the
drunk.
morning and go to work.
This is around December time, too, right?
I don't know. I
Yeah,
just
just-
remember you just coming home. I heard you walk in. I heard you walk right out, and I could hear like your belt coming undone and all that. I was like half asleep. And then you walked right back into the room, lied down, and started peeing on me.
So I thought,
And I was like, I could hear it. First I heard it, and then I felt it. And I was like, literally thought, is he peeing on me? He's fucking peeing on me, this motherfucker. Like, literally said that in my head. Like, and I just got up so mad, wet, in the shower.
That's
and
one
you're
way
just
of getting you
standing
wet.
there looking at me like, what's wrong? And I'm like, are you kidding? And you had like this look on your face, like you had no idea what was going on. Literally did not know you were in the room. Like, I think you thought you were in the toilet. I think you thought you were in the bathroom. You were so drunk. I think you had finished a bottle of Jack Daniels or something.
No, it was a wild turkey that somebody had brought up to the club, and we all. And then they dropped me off, and I remember I still had a whiskey bottle, and I still kept drinking that night. Then I went
you were going through some kind of depression or something.
Some shit.
You were not.
I was not okay.
You were not okay.
No.
And then I didn't talk to you the whole day.
I know. I felt like shit the whole day.
The whole day. I said, motherfucker, he better buy me flowers.
I did buy you flowers.
You did.
I?
I got home and I had a big old bouquet of flowers.
Of course.
And you wrote me a letter, which was the hardest thing for you to do because I don't know if a lot of people know. Is it okay to tell them?
What? I don't know.
About your problem with writing?
Oh. It's a horrible speller.
I think you're a little dyslexic.
Yeah, horrible. I'm horrible.
He's just it's really hard for it. So you wrote me a whole letter and I was like,
I know
right.
that takes
a lot because
come on, it's a whole letter. Like for me to just spell out everything.
You barely
correctly.
write a note. You could
exactly.
You had a dragon, so you could speak into it and it would write it for you. Remember?
Exactly. I still have it, I think, somewhere.
Yeah, but to me that was like, all right, I guess you're forgiven.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, we're still here.
Just don't do it
we
again.
survived. But the whole point is, I understood I had a problem. I understood that I was drinking way too much. So I decided that's it. I don't want to drink. I'd rather smoke.
I think somebody turned you to.
Yeah,
to
Robert
it, right?
Robert Rodriguez, a comedian of mine,
that was
showed
him.
up and he says,
Medication.
"Don't drink, smoke, man. If you want to get a good night's sleep, if you want to chill, if you want to shut down your brain, I know exactly what you're going through. I used to do the same thing, and once I started smoking, everything changed for me. I was a functioning person. Like I could wake up the next day now, relax and think.
And I remember you were afraid of trying it.
Yeah.
Because it was like not like today. That was illegal. And
no,
you didn't even need a card yet, right? Like,
yes, I didn't.
You had to take a test to do the card, or what was it like?
Yeah, like a car.
But it was like still new.
It was so new. No, there was no dispensaries. There were just a few of them opening up. I mean, just barely.
And the card was what, like $100 to get, right?
Yeah, like I paid $75 for the first card.
Yeah, the first card.
And then they went down to like $10 or 15.
Yeah, but I mean, the first ones ever were more expensive.
I kept it just because I was like, fuck that. This is
and
cool.
I was still kind of like, I don't know how I feel about that because it was a big deal.
So, okay, so then I started smoking. Did you see a difference in me since I've smoked?
Oh, yeah. Not right away. I think I was still so worried about the effects it was going to do, like have on you during that time. But like within the first couple months, I was like, okay, he's not peeing on me anymore, and he's
well, at least that stopped. That's good.
Stop peeing on me. And I noticed like you weren't slurring anymore because you would still go on stage and you would forget halfway through your joke how to finish it, and you would add the ending to another joke.
Wow.
And that's when I knew like that's not right.
Mm-hmm.
His jokes shouldn't be half and half of one of the other jokes.
Uh-huh.
That was trippy. And that was scary.
Did people laugh though?
No.
They didn't laugh?
No, because they were lost.
They're like, what the fuck is he talking about?
It was like an ending to a completely different joke. So you're telling a joke and they want to know, yeah, and yeah. And then what? And then you flip it to a completely different joke with a different ending. So it doesn't match what you were saying. And they're like, what the heck? Like, what happened? This is completely not even related. Mm-hmm. Not even related. Like you'd be talking about your cop wife,
mm-hmm.
right? At the time when you were when you were married, and then you would finish it with like one of your mom jokes.
Mm-hmm.
like about your mom.
Mm-hmm.
Like that had nothing to do with each other.
Yeah.
So everybody was lost, and you're like, why wasn't it working? You would ask me, why didn't it work? I said, because you didn't even finish the joke.
Yeah.
And I think even Ralph, my brother, saw you, and he's
Oh,
like,
dude, when I got an 86, yeah,
what happened? Oh, yeah, you got 86 with Ralph.
Yeah.
And you weren't even working that night.
No, this is the thing. I was at my godson's party.
Mm-hmm.
And the theme was Minions. And now I have I have an overall on, a blue one with a yellow shirt and a CD.
You were dressed up like a minion.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So Dylan calls me up, comedian, and says, hey, come down, man. I need you to come down to this bar and do a show. I'm missing a bunch of comedians. And I know you're down the street. I said, oh, I can't, man. I've been drinking. He's like, no, I don't care, man. Come on. So I showed up, and then he says, but you need to close the show. So I kept drinking. So by the time I go up, I'm just blasted, dude. I shouldn't be on stage. And what hurts is I've told these guys, if you ever see me like that, pull me out of that stage.
Yeah.
And nobody did. And I was like, oh, shit, I've never got 86 again. So this would happen. I'm talking shit to somebody in the audience, and it's a girl.
Was it a heckler? Or?
No, it was me being an asshole. and okay. I'm talking shit to this girl, and the bartender said, that's enough. And I say, hey, bro, when I need a drink, I'll talk to you. All right?
Oh.
Keep doing your job. He says, okay, you're out of here. And I said, fuck you, dude. Nope, you're out. Get him out. And I'm like, what? And I didn't know that was his girlfriend or the owner of the bar.
Oh.
And that's her boyfriend running the bar. So I get 86 from the bar, and I'm like, wow. And I felt so embarrassed. I've never been through something like that before. And I was like, that's it, dude. Something has to change. I can't drink myself like that.
And Ralph still remembers.
Ralph was there,
yeah.
and he saw me that way. And I was like, oh, I was never again.
In a minion suit.
And for me, weed has really
changed
me in that aspect where I can shut down my brain for at least a few hours and go, okay, I'm good now. I refreshed, I'm back up and dealing with the rest of this shit that we call life.
That's funny because I see you smoke, and I know I just let you because I know you're gonna be a better person when you come inside. Like you're smoking outside, and I see you smoking, and I'm like, cool, let him smoke. He's gonna come in, and he's gonna be chill.
Yeah.
Like we're just gonna keep talking about whatever we're gonna watch or whatever
we're gonna do. Or, but it's never like he just went outside. All when he comes in, he's gonna beat the shit out of me. It's always
it's not like when you're drinking and like, fuck, what's he gonna do when he comes in? And what kind of like I know your mood when you're gonna like when you smoke. I know what your mood is gonna be like.
Exactly.
I know what it's gonna be like.
I'm just gonna chill, and I'm not gonna scream.
He's not gonna get crazy. He's just gonna chill. He's not gonna go anywhere.
No.
He's just probably gonna have a snack. That's it.
I will have a snack. I'm not gonna lie. Peanut butter and jelly.
That's cool. That's cool.
But for me, and then I'd rather have that than meds. And I understand. Look, we all have problems, and we all have different ways of dealing with it. But I asked you the other day. I think, are you happy? And you said, yes, I'm happy. I said, that's all we really want in life is just to be happy. And it's weird. Like, people make it out to be something else, but it really isn't.
What more could you ask for? Yeah,
like right now, for example, nothing's going to make me... If I make more money now, it's not going to make me any happier.
Right.
Does that make any sense?
Well...
I mean, yeah, we like nice things.
I mean, I do want a new car.
Yeah, I know. I get it. But we'll get into... the podcast is not where we're going to start arguing about your new car. Can we not promote that right now?
But you're asking, can I be happier with money? Yeah, I think anybody can be happier with money. Let's be real.
Overall, though.
But, like, internally happy, like, no, like, that's it. Like, I can't be happier than what I am. I have a happy family. I have a kid. I have a husband that loves me, and I love him, and a kid loves us. And she makes us better people. We have a dog that likes us.
Yeah, that hasn't ran away.
He tries to run away.
No,
but
and just because we say we have this doesn't mean we don't have problems. Like, we still have to deal with shit. You understand?
Yeah, we still get on each other's nerves. Yeah.
Yes, I still sometimes dude, like one of the things that bothers me is, listen, if it's Saturday or Sunday,
we're gonna go there.
Yeah, we're gonna go there.
Okay.
Because I want them to know it's not all fucking roses either.
Saturday and Sunday, come on.
Okay. So let's say get ready, get
Why you get
comfortable. I don't
comfortable?
care. So, okay, I have Saturday off. I'm at home. I'm watching TV, and you decide
What?
I'm gonna clean right
Hold
now.
on, let me get that straight. You're not here a lot of Saturdays and Sundays.
No, I'm not.
That is my cleaning day.
I understand.
So it's not that I decided.
So why do you have to move the neck?
Hold on. It's because es porque.
It's porque. Oh, now you
No. See, you just said that I decided to clean that day. No.
Okay,
You decided to be home that day.
No,
I always clean on Saturday.
Okay, so God forbid I want to be home at my home on Saturday. The rain, the
But
thunder.
that's what happens on Saturday.
You start cleaning, and I want to watch TV because it's Saturday.
I want to watch TV too.
Then sit your ass down and watch TV.
No. But how are you gonna sit down when you're growing telarañas under your butt? Like,
let them grow. Clean them on Monday.
no, on Monday I'm at work again. You see what I mean? Like, I'm not like chilling at home on Monday morning. I don't have a privilege of being in my workout clothes, just relaxing at home.
Relaxing.
Like a housewife.
Is that what you think I do during the week?
No, I think that's what you do. I was saying that's what some people do when they have their workout
Now,
clothes.
would you rather stay home and be a housewife?
I don't think I could fully ever be a housewife. Like, don't get me wrong, I like cleaning and I love to have a clean house. And I think that would be part of my day. But I would like to incorporate like writing into it. Like just having time with Oli. Like I feel like I don't have like that time with Oli like I would like. I have her, and when we're together, it's like either I'm picking her up from school, I'm feeding her, I'm changing her, I'm giving her a bath. Like all of that's quality time. And then it's like reading at night, and that's the only time that I feel like that's a fun time with me and her. Like we're reading together, and she goes to sleep right after that. But I don't have like a time where I say, "Hey, mija, let's go. Me and you are gonna go play at the park for an hour." Like quality time, just her and I. I don't feel like I have enough of that.
I could see it.
Do you know what I mean?
I could see that quality bonding time.
A lot of it is just making sure she has everything she needs. Her lunch is ready. Her dinner's ready. Her clothes is ready. It's washed. It's clean. Her bedroom's clean. Her area that she's in is clean. Her space. Like, I want to make sure she has everything. So because I'm so busy doing all of that stuff.
You don't think you do too much for her?
It's never too much, I don't think.
I mean, no.
Like a mom doesn't ever think it's
I get it,
much.
but I think me and you have
I know I might be a little bit OCD about certain things.
Yeah, because with me, because you would say she waits for me to dress her, and I'm like, why? Check this out, Oli, get dressed. And
yeah,
she
but like
just
I've
gets
told you
ready.
before, like I know that you tell her to do that and she does it, and I know she would do it with me too. But I feel like that's still kind of like my bonding time.
Okay, then you enabler
Because
her.
I am an enabler. I'm not
okay.
gonna lie. I am an enabler, but I feel like I need that.
Okay. Well, then you know why
Like,
your daughter
when
is.
she
the
takes
way
a shower and you're like, why are you changing her? I'm like, and she loves it. Like she lies down right there. She's like, cremita, po cremita, you know. And like she wants me to put cremita on her butt. Like, but that's like an actual bonding. Like I'm not actually away from her washing her clothes. I'm putting it on her.
You met me without a beard.
Yeah.
Do I keep the beard? Do I shave the
You're
beard?
switching, okay?
I'm switching.
I like the beard.
You like the beard?
I don't want you to get all like ogre on me though.
Like dick.
Like where you're eating and soups in your beard. That's gross.
Oh, that's nasty. ¿Te imaginas menudo?
And I don't, and then this part of your neck has to be clean, like that. How you have it right there, that's good.
See?
But when people have that, no. And Oli's gonna be, it's gonna be.
Am I anything like your dad?
Oli likes the beard.
Oli loves the beard. She tells me, "Daddy,
don't shave it. Yeah.
Don't shave the beard."
No, if you ask Oli about the beard, she'll say keep it.
Yeah. People that have known me for years knew that I never wore a beard. Maybe a goatee, but never a beard. Now I kept the beard.
I like the beard.
I heard something. It's because I have a weak chin. And I said,
"Oh no, he doesn't." It's pretty. It's pretty strong.
Am I anything like your dad?
Physically?
No. Her
I'm
dad
just
looks
kidding,
like
I'm
Don
just kidding.
Ramon. If you know El Chavo del Ocho, her dad looks like
Except
Don
Don
Ramon.
Ramon is taller.
Yeah.
He does.
But they both smoke cigarettes. They both.
Yeah, like they have that same body type and the hats. If my dad could wear one, he would wear one of those. But I don't know. I guess we all kind of want to marry somebody that's kind of like our dad.
Did you?
Well, because he was like, all like I was telling you the other day, all daddies are our little girl's first love. So my dad, I loved my dad. My dad was always there for me, and he always like made sure that every Friday he brought me my candy, my favorite ones, and I knew like my daddy would hook me up. Like he was there, and if my mom got mad at me, I went to dad, and dad was like, "Oh, it's cool, leave her alone." So like that nurturing part, you're a lot like that.
Okay.
You are a nurturer. Like you do the same for Oli. Like if I get mad at her, she goes straight to you, and you're like, she can do no wrong.
Of course not. I'm not gonna be an ogre if I hardly see her.
But she can.
Yeah, I know.
Let me tell you. But in that aspect, like I see you as a father figure with Oli, it's kind of a lot like my dad's. Definitely. You're very nurturing and very caring.
Have you ever had any regrets
About what?
about anything, even in our marriage or anything? Have you ever had any doubts?
Any doubts? No, I don't think so. I think that's one thing that my dad taught me. Like he said, because I told him like, hey, so there's this guy I want to start to date, and yeah, he's a comedian, like that, like a little shy. And my dad was like, what do you mean? And I said, well, he's a comedian, and he does that for a living. And my dad was straight up with me. He said, okay, mija, you want to date this guy? You got to know he's not going to be yours permanently, like 100%. Like first, it's his job, and then it's you. And at first, I was like, I thought he was just talking about comedy. But I didn't realize that a man's priority is his job. Because that's how he maintains his family. Because if you don't have a job, then you can't be a man. According to, this is my dad, right?
No,
like,
I love what he's saying.
He needs to fully support his family, and you got to be okay with that. So if he's on stage and he's telling jokes, you are not his problem. He's not going to be thinking about you. He's not going to be about you. It's him and his people. If you're okay with that, then you can go forward with this relationship. If you think you can handle that. And the minute he said that, it clicked. Like I knew, like I could handle that.
All right.
And I kind of have, you know.
And it's.
I think I'm pretty strong-willed. I think I'm not a jealous person, but I can be. I mean, there are certain times where I'm like, all right, that wasn't cool. Whatever this person did in front of me, didn't care. Yeah, that wasn't cool. But for the most part, I really don't mind like you being in the public and being like about it.
Does it bother you? Any of my jokes? Do they ever bother you?
No, never.
You've never been offended by something I've said?
Never.
Never. You never feel like, oh my God, how could he say that about me?
No, actually, I want you to say everything.
All right, there you go, you pieces of shit. You hear that?
No,
Come from my wife. No. There's a lot of pieces of shit out there talking. How could you talk to?
But honestly, no. And I've told you, use whatever you need to say. I don't mind it because if it's real, it's real. And I'd rather you be honest and make up something, and then you're gonna change it the next time because you don't remember how you said it the last time. Like, be real.
But even if this is what I'm trying to prove to a lot of people that would criticize me. How could your wife stand you saying stuff like that, or how could you? Dude, it's entertainment. It's a joke, and
I don't take it.
And she gets it.
I don't take it personal.
You understand? You get it. You get that it's a joke, and you get it that at the end of the day, I make more money. Yes, and are they going to book me down? It's a great bid, and now
like when you talk about your ex-wife.
Yeah.
And people think.
Does that bother you?
Never. That's never bothered me. Even when we were dating, it never bothered me because that was part of your history. Like that happened to you. You really went through all that stuff. And like it never really like hit a nerve or where I was like, oh no, don't talk about it.
Do you think you could tell me if it did?
Oh yeah, I could tell you. Like,
okay,
hey, listen,
you feel comfortable.
But at this time, like I've never felt that. I don't think I've ever felt that, or like It's funny sometimes when you're done, like when you get off stage and I'm waiting for you outside, and people are like, "Oh, you're the cop," and I'm like, "That's the first wife."
I'm the second one.
That's kind of funny, but it's kind of like, tell him I'm your second wife, like stuff like that. It's kind of like
When I do the big 1 hour shows, I always tell them, and then I got remarried.
yeah, but sometimes that's funny. See that sometimes you don't say that you got
Because
remarried.
that's at the end of my show.
Yeah, but sometimes you don't say that, so people are still to the idea that I'm your first wife.
Yeah, you're the cop? No.
And like you did border patrol. Yeah, you're blonde. And like little do they know your ex-wife was not blonde.
No,
like
she was not. She was dark skinned. She
totally different, like opposite. So it's funny that they think.
Yeah.
Esta güera.
Esta güera es la border patrol. Of course, she has to be it.
Tiene que ser.
Tiene que ser ella.
But it still doesn't bother me. Like I really don't get bothered by a lot of things. It takes a lot to get me mad.
Do you ever wish I had a regular job?
I don't think I would be able to handle it.
A regular job?
Yeah. Does it make sense? Like, I think I'm so used to this lifestyle and, like, you not being home and having my own time sometimes that I don't know if...
Do you enjoy those moments, too? I mean, I'm pretty sure you do, right? Where
of course
you
I do.
just do whatever you want. You wake up, you cook whenever you want.
Because I have
Oli, but regardless, I mean, Oli will do what you tell her to do.
But she'll do whatever I want. If I want to go to the store, but, like, it's nice, like, to have that just time for myself. Mm-hmm. So that part I do like, but I mean, I prefer to have you home. Mm-hmm. But I think I only say that because you're not home. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think if you were to be working the same hours that I worked, and I see you every night, I think it would be a different. I'm not used to it, so it would be a change in like. You know what I mean?
I get it. For example, this Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm going to Oxnard. It's not far,
and
but
even though
I'm going.
I got used to you this weekend because you were home. I don't want you to leave next week, and I want to go with you. Yeah,
you told me. And I told you, come on, let's go.
Yeah. So I want to go with you because I want to be with you. Like, we want to be together because we get used to it. Mm-hmm. We do get used to it.
Yeah.
But I think in the long run, to have like a full 7 days like that, it would be different. Like 7 days a week like that.
Yeah.
I think we wouldn't be used to that.
I think things have changed too, because we could talk like every other couple during the day. Meaning, you pick up your phone, I call you at 10, you pick up the phone, we talk. You get off of work, I say, who's going to pick up Oli? Do you want to swing by, pick me up? We'll pick her up together. Yeah. So we've now spoken 2, 3, 4 times during the day before we see each other. Yeah. What the fuck are we going to talk about when we get home? You know what I mean? Yeah. You told me all the chisme already.
I did. That's funny. I did tell you all the chisme today.
Before you even got home. So what the fuck are we going to... So that's why we make podcasts.
Let's watch Mindhunters. Like...
That's another thing. Don't let your wife, for some reason... Let me ask you a question. I know a lot of guys want to know this. Why do you love these murder mystery...
Me?
Yeah, I love them too, but not as much, I think, as you enjoy them. Like
I wouldn't call it enjoyment. I think it's more.
It's like enjoyment. When you are hooked on something like that, it's enjoyment.
I don't know if I really don't want to call it that
because it sounds fucked up, huh? That you enjoy people.
No, it's just like I'm hooked on it because it is entertainment, which is different. It's entertaining, but it's also like the awe of it. Like, I can't believe that's how it happened.
Oh, okay. Like, wow, who would have ever thought?
I do stuff like that all the time, and that hasn't happened to me yet. Maybe I should stop doing that.
Oh, okay. Like certain things that people do on the shows.
Like,
and what I'm talking about is like...
in your car.
What is that show you listen to?
Crime Junkies.
Crime Junkies. Exactly.
Yeah, I love those girls, and they're very real. They're like...
Mm-hmm. But they're all talking about murder. But it's not just you. I'm telling you, every female loves these shows. No, it trust me, women love these shows.
Not all women. Trust me. There's people that look at me, women that know that I listen to this, and they're like, why do you listen to that? You don't get anxiety. You don't get this. And I am one of those people that have anxiety for everything.
She does, and I've tried to push weed on her so many times.
I've gone through therapy and all that stuff, but I do have anxiety. But for some reason, this is like good anxiety. Like, this is like I feel like I need to know this. It's like my OCD working the other way. Like, we need to know this so that we can defend ourselves in life.
Do you ever feel excluded, or do you ever feel in my shadows?
All the time. Sometimes, yeah. Because even when I'm at work or like my own friends is like they want to know what's going on with Richard's world. But it's like I am Richard's world. Like
This is what's going on.
this sometimes looks better when I take a shower.
You did take a shower.
Well, no, but like I was supposed to go to bed. This is my going to bed face.
So the
Look at
reason
this.
the red is me being nicer to my wife, because she
Trying to
says, I'm about to go to bed and you are going to want to record a podcast. So I said, okay, let me do all the red
I
lights.
thought we were gonna do audio, like only.
No, I mean, we might keep it audio, but I think this is good. They get to know you and they get to see you. So people that listen to podcasts, they can just
But they
look
gotta
away.
know my pretty self too.
Yeah, you gotta. She's gorgeous. She's gorgeous. But when have you felt was there ever a moment when you felt like, dude, I'm right here, like I get it.
Like a
Richard's
full
there.
shadow. I've never gotten a full shadow. But sometimes, like when I first had Oli and I got like the little bit of that postpartum, I was really dark. Like I hated you for a little bit
Why?
because I just had a baby and I got fat and I had to get a C-section. So I got like a double belly. And then I literally was breastfeeding this kid 24 hours a day. My boobs were out all fucking day. And you were there, like, getting all cologned up, getting ready to go. Like, looked like you were going to go party, but I knew you were going to go to work. But you had to smell good.
Shit, I'm sorry. I'm around
I
people.
know, but think about it. Like, you had a baby as well.
Yes.
But you didn't get to go through the motions like I did. Like, my body literally took a beating. Like it got stabbed, literally.
So let me tell you another scenario. I understand what you're going through. I can only imagine.
Right.
I can see it. I can't say I understand. But the day Oli was born, none of us slept. None of us was sleeping. Not you.
No.
None of us were sleeping. And the following day, I'm up and running. We're doing all these errands, getting everything ready for Oli to come home. That night, you still spend the night. I haven't slept a wink, and I'm so tired. And I tell
Neither of us did.
this is the first night we're spending with Oli, but I have to go do a show in Riverside.
Yeah.
On the 16th of September, I'm doing a show, and I haven't slept.
But that was one
And
night.
no, I understand that was one night, but there's many nights like that where it doesn't matter what I want; it matters what I need to do. It matters that I get on stage.
But I think we all have those moments.
Of course. So we all have those things to deal with.
Yeah.
But I understand. And I understand what you're saying is I asked the question, what moment did you feel like you were shadowed?
Yeah.
But that's not what I meant. I meant, have you ever felt like jealous to say, Richard's a comedian, I'm not, and you guys don't even give a shit about me?
No.
No?
I don't want to be a comedian.
Okay.
And I don't want to be in your
famous
shoes. Or be
anything.
famous or... No, that's you. That's the life
And
you
that's
chose, and that's what you want. And I'm cool to be in the shadow. I'm cool to take the back seat and be like, you take it all. I'm
That's
just
the
gonna be
mega
over here, and I'm
star.
gonna eat whatever there is right
the
here.
catering.
Frijoles, I'm good.
Okay.
Like, I never really wish to be part of that. Like, if it happens and one day I have to be part of like some reality show and I'm like, God damn, I gotta lose like 20 pounds, and here we go. And belleza tu vida, I'm gonna go cut some hojas out. But no, like, that's not my deal. That's for you. Like, if that's your choice and you want us to do part of that with you, then I'll take the journey because that's what you want. And I'm ready. Hello, I'm doing a podcast right now with you because you want this.
Well, I want. See, this is the thing is, I want to open up a little bit more to the people that are following me.
Yeah.
I think we live in a time where people expect more now from you, and I think this way they can understand my comedy a little bit more. So when I say Oli, when I say my wife, when I say certain situations in my life, people will react differently because they heard this podcast and they go, wow, that's total Rocio thing. and I think in order for me to even get a break, for them to even consider, let me see if what he says it's funny, they see something like this and go, wow, that was such a great podcast, or I really did enjoy it.
Yeah.
I wonder what his stand-up's all about. And then when they see it, it's a different take on it.
Right.
Because you know exactly who Rocio is. You know who exactly Oli is. You
Like,
know
she
exactly
really doesn't care about that joke about her butt.
Exactly. Like she said
But
it.
by the way, I still don't believe that happened.
What?
That person staring at my butt.
It happened, babe. At the mall, it happened.
I
And I
didn't
know
see
she
it.
doesn't want to say anyone say anything because I was a pussy and I didn't want to confront the guy. But it did. A guy was staring at your ass,
Yeah,
babe.
I know certain people. And see, that's the thing. That's the thing too. A lot of people say like when they go into your show and they know me, but they don't know you.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be like, "Did that really happen to you?" They'll ask me, "Did that really happen?" And I'm like, everything he says is true, you guys. Like, maybe he puts a little bit extra sauce on it.
Yeah. No, listen. It's somewhat of the truth. Because
Yeah.
we have the ability to embellish a
But
little
he
bit
did
more.
pee on me.
But I did pee on her. That I really did do. So that wasn't embellished. But you understand is I think this podcast helps my audience, my fans, and I feel another level of respect for the people that do listen to my stuff, that are listening to what I'm saying, because now I understand as a fan. Like I'm a fan of other people, and until I was able to realize that, is I appreciate it. I thank them. They're not being cocky. They're just throwing out content and saying, here, enjoy your life a little bit more. And I'm willing to do this type of work and this type of effort. So when you're a truck driver, when you're working at a warehouse, you listen to this podcast and you go, hey, that was enjoyable. Wow, it took me away for an hour.
I didn't know this about that. And I didn't know about this part about his wife or his daughter or his dog, whatever.
Exactly. Like, people don't know. Maybe they don't know. I don't have a dad. My dad died years ago. Maybe what was it, like 2 years?
Was it after my mom?
A year after your mom.
No, before.
Before your mom?
Your dad died. Yeah.
1 year before.
1 year.
So how many years?
11 years.
11 years that my dad passed away.
Yeah.
11 years, and people don't know this, but I talk about my dad in my show all the time.
Yeah.
And they'll ask me,
but
hey,
they don't realize that your dad has been gone for that long.
11 years, because I've never told my fans. I've never said anything. So I think now that they're going to be able to see me on stage, and then I talk about my dad, they'll go, wow, his dad's dead.
And he's talking like
but
this
he's talking about his dad about this, and that's who he was. Oh, okay, shit. Like his dad would understand this joke because of what he just said.
Right.
His dad was that kind of guy. So I hope this podcast really helps when they do come see me in the live show, that they really relate.
Yeah.
But I do have a massive respect for my fans now that I didn't have before. Because I became a fan of other people. And now that I became fan of other people, I put my ego aside. I realized these guys are really...
What do you mean by other people?
I don't know if it was me, but I always felt like if I like them, that means they're better than me for some reason. Or I just couldn't watch comedy shows because
like a little bit of a hate.
A little bit of
like a hater,
like a hater, or maybe a realization
I guess we all have that,
a realization of I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and that's a reminder. That HBO special is a reminder that I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, or that Netflix special is now.
But like I was listening to your podcast with Franco, like he had a little bit of that.
Yes, with his friends.
And that's a great podcast, by the way. You guys should go back and hear that.
Yeah,
one.
if you haven't heard Franco's podcast, that's a good one. It's first English one. Yeah.
In there, he talks about like, you know, how he hated a little bit, like he had a little bit of hate, but then that was that person's moment.
Yeah.
And now you need to create your own moment.
It's funny. I'm gonna announce it on this podcast. I'm gonna announce it. So starting this year, hopefully the end of December. I mean, beginning of January, we launched a new tour called "It's My Turn." That's the name of the tour. It's my turn.
That's cool.
Es mi turno. Me toca a mí. That's what it's called in Spanish. Sigo yo. O me toca a mí. Me toca a mí is in Spanish, and it's my turn. Just because I've opened up for so many people and I've done so many things with a bunch of other artists, I've never done it. I've never really launched anything on my own.
You've always given your all to everybody else. It's time. Yeah.
So now it's time for me. So I'm really gonna enjoy next year. I'm looking forward to next year because it's all about me. It's about being selfish. It's about doing everything I need to do for me, and being happy at the same time. Like just really enjoying doing these podcasts, to being creative now. Like I really feel like I'm there now because I really feel like I have something to say. I just have to find a way to really organize it and feed it to the audiences. And so here you go, guys. This is how I'm going to present this. So messing with these lights, interviewing you, doing all these crazy things. It's just me
You
throwing
guys should
stuff
have
at the wall.
seen this room and
Yeah.
how long it took for him to fix this room.
It looks good though. It looks good.
It looks good, baby. They're
It
good.
looks,
Wow,
it,
that's
it
fun
looks good.
lights, so.
You can't see the whole studio, but I did a great job in the studio. But I'm excited. I'm for the first time in my life. I'm really excited, and I fell in love with comedy again because of it. It's weird.
You had lost your love for it?
I lost a little bit of it.
Really?
I lost it because of the politics behind it for a moment. Like,
Uh-huh.
I think what brought me back from that depression, what really put everything was Oli. For me, it was
Yeah.
Oli. Having her, understanding that in this life, regardless of what happens, that little girl will always love me. And that's genuine, pure love. Do you understand? The purest you can find.
Yeah.
That's about as pure as love. Besides my mother's love towards me,
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever felt any other more love. Not that I don't love you, but it's a different kind of
Yeah.
love.
I know.
You understand?
I know
You have the same
I
feeling
have
for
that
Oli.
love, yeah.
So having her for me was a turning point in my life. And that in terms became my career. Like I
Yeah,
didn't
you worked it around her.
Yes, I made her the focal point, and for me it works. And at the end, I know that I'm never gonna lose betting
Yeah.
on her. Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
Yeah.
Regardless of what I give up for her, I won't lose. I may lose a special, I may lose a tour, I may lose relationships with friends, but I won't lose.
Oli.
But I won't lose in life. You understand? I
Right.
won't lose in life if I'm good with her. It's weird. But I understood that's all I have to focus on is make sure that I don't lose on her. We're good. I
Yeah.
think this is easy. And that's why I have so much fun now.
See.
You know, it's weird. A lot of shit that's going on right now in my life behind the scenes are very fucked up. But it's okay because I've learned to, and this is something Franco told me, is to be patient.
Mm-hmm.
He said, step back, let it happen. Sometimes we
That's
don't
all you
let
can
things
do.
fall. You got to let things fall.
That makes a lot of sense.
He says, you ever notice if something heavy is falling and you reach for it, you tend to hurt yourself.
Yeah.
If you let it fall and then patiently work your way to picking it up, you can rebuild. But you can't rebuild with a broken hand.
Right.
You just fucked yourself up trying to fix with something that was supposed to fall. Let it fall. And then patiently rebuild. And I was like, wow. He didn't say in those words. What he said was, nosotros no corremos. Nosotros llegamos caminando.
Okay.
Basically, we're going to get there.
We'll
Don't
get
worry.
there
We don't
when
run.
we
We don't
get
run.
there.
We walk.
We'll get there when we get there.
Let other guys run. We will walk. Don't worry. Ours is coming. And I was like, wow. So
Wow,
so
sweet.
when you think of your career and your life in that sense, you take off all that pressure
Totally.
and you focus on family and you focus on your daughter and you focus on things that matter a little bit more. I think I need to focus on my health a lot more.
Yeah.
But
No, we do. We
we
both
all-
do. We're getting there.
But more importantly, I don't feel hatred anymore. I don't feel jealous. I don't feel envy. I don't feel bad for not having a special
For not having, or for declining
or declining a special
certain things.
or
Yeah.
declining certain offers because it's not about that anymore.
Because you know your value. You have to
Exactly.
know your value.
I know my value now, and I feel my value. It's weird. Like I feel how much I'm worth. I
Yeah.
can tell. I don't know. It's weird. Like comedians that are here now will understand. Comedians that are not here at this level yet won't get it.
Yeah.
And comedians that went through this are laughing at it and going, "I remember when I went through
Remember
that."
when I felt like that.
Yes.
That's true.
And I understand, and, you know, and I'll get there. And I don't think I keep saying I'll get there, but I already got there.
I was just gonna tell you that. Like I feel like you've already gotten what you actually were looking for, what you were reaching for when we first started dating. When you told me what you wanted to do, I think you got that a long time ago.
Yeah.
Especially when you started Spanish comedy.
Yeah.
That was one of your biggest goals, and you
Yeah, I
got there.
got it. We got it. We got Spanish coming out in the U.S. And regardless of what happens at the end, Oli will always have that. You understand? She'll go, yeah, my dad did it. I remember when Franco came to my house. And I remember when my dad was here with Alan Saldaña. Yeah, all those guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Luis de Alba. Oh yeah, my dad. This and that. Yeah, I mean, there's photos with her and Luis de Alba. Why is there a photo with
the little dresses that they buy her?
Yeah.
That's cute.
Oh my God. Do I talk too much about myself?
A little bit.
A little bit. I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's okay.
it's
I'm used to it. That's the thing. That's the thing. You know, that's the thing about you. Like, you do talk a lot about yourself, but people, I think, like to hear it.
You think so?
Yeah.
Listen, guys, do me a favor. I would love to, I'm answering every podcast comment. I'm putting likes if I don't have shit to tell you.
Yeah.
But for the most part, if you have questions or if you want me to interview a certain person, let me know. Or if this bothers you that I talk too much about myself on my podcast,
Tell him, because he needs to hear it sometimes.
Do I really talk too much myself?
Yeah, but I think it's a good thing because that's how we get to know you.
Oh, okay.
Well, on our first date, you did talk a lot about
yourself. Our first date,
I remember.
Right?
Yeah.
I was trying to impress you. I didn't know you were already into me. I would have said, "Hey, yo, whatever, you want to be?"
Like, is this guy gonna like really put his foot in his mouth because he's talking a lot? But you didn't, and here we are.
What do you think's gonna happen with us in the future?
What do you mean, like?
What's gonna happen to us?
Nothing.
What do
We'll
you
be
mean?
right here.
You think it will still be here?
Oh yeah. Why are you doubting it?
No, I mean, do you see our lives changing? Do you
No,
feel
I think
we're
we're just gonna keep growing together. I think we're gonna keep learning and growing and just growing together, literally growing together and growing old. And as corny as it sounds, I think we're still gonna be writing comedy together.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I write a lot of those jokes.
She does, by the way. I'm not gonna say she doesn't. She helps me with a lot.
But I think we're still gonna be writing.
But yo, I run everything by you. I go, what do you think of this? And then she'll say,
sometimes at 2 in the morning. That's why I'm like, right now, nothing's funny.
Yeah.
Nothing is funny at 2 in the morning when you're,
hey, what about this one?
Okay. How about?
Inside joke.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything you would want me to change?
Sometimes you're really impatient.
So
a lot of times you're very impatient, and it's like walking on eggshells because you literally forget that I can't hear or see what you're thinking. Or like if I call you in the middle of the day and you have something going on, I can't see what you're doing. So therefore, I don't know that I shouldn't be calling you at that time. So when I do call you, don't answer the phone like,
I'm with my girlfriend. Do you understand? That is her time.
See, how am I supposed to know? Like, I don't know. Fuck that bitch. But I think it's because your mind is so busy all the time. Like literally, you start a project, and you're looking at another project, like down the road, like 2 days later, and then you halfway finish the first project, you're on the second project, then by the time you're on the second project, you're already thinking of the third project. By the time you're on the third project, the first and second project are still not done yet, but then you want a fourth project. Mm-hmm. And it's like, it's a snowball. It's like, and I'm just looking at you like, yep, he's not going to finish the first, second, or third project. Let's see what happens to the fourth. Mm-hmm. But like, I already know that's what it's like. Like when you say you have a new idea, that's part of your project.
Okay.
Like,
okay. But some of them do work.
A lot of them do work.
Okay.
But let's just say it.
Let's say 30%, 40%.
Yeah. But see, that's why, because you realize, I think, halfway to your 3-year project, you're like, yeah, that's not gonna.
But you know what though? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I rather keep dreaming and failing.
No, that's what I'm saying.
And then that's what I'm saying.
At least you do it.
Yes.
Whereas I am different, and I'm like, I gotta finish it because again, my OCD will not allow me to move on until I finish the first project.
I understand.
And that's my downfall, I think, because I physically, mentally cannot jump this part, right? Even when I do a coloring book, you give me a if you look at my color, because I have coloring books. If you look at my coloring books, I cannot skip pages and color in between. I have to do the first page, the second page, the third page.
Okay. And this is me in a coloring book. I start from the back.
I'm just saying, see, I know, and I know you do. will give me straight up anxiety.
I start from the middle. I get it.
I know you
get
would
it.
bounce around, but that's just the person you are. And that's a good thing because look at what you've accomplished because of that.
Yeah, and that's what the point I want to make. The person listening to this going like, I'm like that, and it's not a bad trade if you understand you can save every project, and sometimes you have to. The smartest thing that you could do is know when to quit.
Yeah.
Okay. And always start.
You're good at that.
I'm good at quitting.
No, but not in a bad way.
No.
Like, you know when to do it.
Yeah, like, oh, okay, this is enough.
But that's the great thing about
Yes.
us, that we're different. And that's why we balance, I think.
Yeah, and you have to you have to spin 4 different plates at the same time in order to make a living.
See that?
I have to spin those 4 different plates.
Major anxiety right now.
For me, dude, I have 4 different projects going on right now, and I'm going like, okay, let me spin these plates. And one of these is going to work.
And I'm the girl who's like, let me see those plates, and I'm going to sit you at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and 1 o'clock. Like, I got to organize those
and she starts washing the plates. Like, I can't believe they're dirty.
Hold on, I can't start until I wash.
So don't give up, guys. And one of the things that I learned from failing in this, as corny as it sounds, is you learn from it. You learn what not to do. And so when somebody else comes by and tries to take your time, it's funny because take your time away, you recognize it and you go, no, I'm not going to let you take my time away. Yeah. I'm not going to give you my time away.
But see, sometimes that comes off as rude when it's your wife, you know? Like,
I don't do it with you.
Yeah, I do all the time. No. I'm busy.
Well, I am busy. I'm doing something. So that and
but it sounds more like, get it.
I never say that. Don't lie. All right. Well, like it's getting late. You need to go to bed. Okay. Guys, thank you very much. Can they see you anywhere coming up? Any events coming up that you have? What's next? Because I usually interview Oxnard. You'll be in Oxnard. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, you'll be in Oxnard Friday night on the podcast. And if you know somebody might enjoy it, share it. My name is Richard Villa. You can find me on all my social platforms at Richard Comedy. Thank you very much, guys. We will see you later.